Hello everybody. We got ourselves another simulation Sunday, but we are about 3 days away from Christmas, and I don't know. I think we're gonna go ahead and change it up a little bit. Of course, we're gonna look at a few styles today, but I'm also gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna go ahead and play a little bit of the Christmas content for the seasonal and whatnot, and maybe I'll jump in like a raid or two or something like that. Uh, Go ahead and get a little more involved in the content side since we're so close to Christmas, and knock it out for maybe those of you that are don't have either not many people to run with at this point because a lot of people are gone, because I know like things kind of dropped down a little bit. So I figured we'd go ahead and change it up a little bit today. So let me throw on my flight ring so I can actually get up here, get a nice bird's eye view. So I'll do that for a little bit, and then we'll go right into like the different pieces of content to kind of get into the holiday season more or less, right? So let's see here. We got Donna over here. I actually like the leg pieces that she used on there. Very nice. I'm not sure about the shoulders. I mean, they're nice. They work well, but it looks like they may need like the tone like taken down a little bit. The Beyond shoulders might actually be slightly better because they'll match the knee pads, but it's not terrible. And then we have Achilles over here. Let me see here. XD, welcome to the chat. They say, hi, this is my first live stream I'm watching of you. Well, I'm glad that you are watching of me too. Yeah. Welcome. Welcome to the live stream. And nice thing is if you don't have time to tune in for the live streams, you can always watch the replays, or you can go ahead and look at the shorts of like the styles that we had the week before. So those are kind of your ways to check in if you don't always have the time to, like, because I know that like an hour for a lot of people is a lot to carve out for their schedule a lot of the time. So I try to be somewhat conscious of that when I go ahead and like make content. So my stuff for the most part should be pretty friendly for those players that may not have a lot of time, Alright, so we have Lord Kronos over here. I actually like this. I really like this. I like how they use the cosmic for like a wizard style. Very nice. They look like a time wizard or something like that. Very nice. I like that. Oh, knocked one of these things over. Alright, and then we have Allison Blair. Right here. I don't know what I'm looking at, but looks very nice. All right, and then we have a Starfire character over here. Let's take a look. Looks like they're starting off, and I've seen a lot of people make Starfire outfits even without the actual styles, and I think they turn out pretty good. I think there's just a lot more in the game now that will allow you to kind of make like a Starfire style without without having to need to go ahead and actually have the style. So that's very nice. We have an Escanor over here. It's one of my favorite characters from the Seven Deadly Sins show. So with this, if I can speak here, with this, this carries a lot of high expectations for the character, especially now that you have like the Hellblazer aura. like Helios is wearing over here, like now that you have that, there's really no excuse not to look good. Even considering that the art is from a collection, so it's not from a time capsule, like, you know, like there's no excuse. You can look really good now for the most part with very little when it comes to that character. And then we have hunted shells over here. Here we go. I don't know what they're making, but I at least like some of the colors on it. I don't know about the composition of the style, but at least the colors are kind of nice, I guess. We have Devil's Reign over here. XC says, I think I might watch you for a little bit and then I can get on. By the way, are you on US PC? Because I am thinking about joining you. I am on the US PS PC server, so the main server of the game is where I play. Sometimes you'll see me on EU, but that's to preview new things that have dropped on the EU before they drop on the US side. But that's kind of here and there. I don't really do. I don't officially like. I don't actually say like that's one of my characters that I actively play. It's kind of like a means to an end to see things on the EU server, because of course you can't carry over. You can't carry over characters from the from like US server to the EU server. It doesn't work that way. You have to make it's like a it's a whole new server. You have to make characters that are very specific to that server alone. Then we have Legendary Batman over here. I don't know. I kind of wish that the cape matched with the cowl, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I thought the toning for everything else was pretty good, to be honest. And that reminds me that we are getting that White Lantern augment. That looks like it's going to be really good. I'm already thinking of using the shield on it for both of my tank builds, for battle tank and regular tank. The update that allows you to have two power trays, that's going to be major for my battle tank, because now he can throw whatever he really wants in there, and that's going to be super cool. Like, if they thought battle tanking was OP before, which I mean it is now, but if they thought it was OP now, wait till we get those two trays. Battle tanking is going to be amazing. So I can have a lot more like items slotted in there. I don't think I'm going to change my artifacts, because I am still prioritizing supercharge over everything. But I think there's a lot. I don't know if I'll be using like the same like damage abilities, or if I'll be using basically other abilities, since I'll have more room to kind of spam and do whatever I want. I'll take a look and I'll see. Maybe I'll add like one or two, more damage abilities and stay with the ones I have, but then like use like extra shields, and then throw my supercharged generator and my cancel on there. Like, some people are like, oh, I don't know if you would have doubles of a power on the loadouts. I can see it being useful for like things that you use constantly, or you use a lot. Like, say you use a supercharged generator and it comes back so quick for you that it's like super important to have to get as much supercharge back as possible. Like, for me, I would want that on both loadouts, so that you wouldn't have to be constantly switching for that one thing if it's right there. So it would be, no matter what loadout you're looking at, you'd already have it right there and you just quickly use it. So for my E-Chain and for my supercharged generator, I'd probably run that on both loadouts, just so that I would have my cancel on any loadout in case I needed it in that split second. And then same for like the supercharged generator. But everything else, for the most part, it would be different. So like your Rage Crash ability, I honestly think I honestly think I could just have that on the one and I'd be fine. Because I'd have shields, so I wouldn't, you know, I could kind of just rotate out shields for the most part. I would have the redirect rage, I would have the White Lantern shield, and then I'd have Hardlight shield. So I think that's kind of the route that I would be going in with that. And then I'd probably maybe throw on the White Lantern, either, I don't know if I'd use the spamming one, like the one that you spam on number 1, because you may run out of power super quick with that. But I would probably use the one beam attack that does a lot of damage. I'd probably use that one. I'd probably use that like in between, you know, like different abilities, because it does hit for quite a bit, and I heard it does more if a target's like over a certain amount, so that may be worth like using. But yeah. Count says, I also made some minor changes with Artheus Erickson. Check them out when you have the chance. I followed your advice. I have to remember what my advice was. I'm trying to think what my advice was. I totally forgot. But yeah, the beard's nice. The beard works well. I'd probably use some hair that flows better and looks like that hair. Like, I know that's one of the older hairs. It seems like, I don't know, like really outdated though. Like the textures on it compared to like the beard. I'd probably use something else. But overall, it doesn't look bad. I would probably try to make this blue deeper or somewhat match the rest of the suit better. It seems like it sticks out just a tad. But other than that, it's just pretty good. Alright, and then we got Master Dose over here. Here we go. Another Supergirl outfit. Very nice. Look at that. Everybody PvPing with that new orbital, and they're just chasing each other, just zapping each other with that orbital. That's kind of funny. We got Dr. Victor Von Doom over here. So they got their style going on. Very nice. Alright. Eric says, it was the hair you mentioned. Yeah. I tried to get the appearance of the hair to match the beard as much as possible. Usually, or if it's like the new beard, I try to have it match the hair, vice versa, right? So that it kind of makes sense. So that's why you won't see me using a lot of old hairstyles, just because we have a lot of other hairstyles in the game that are better for the most part, and I'd rather have something that matches than something that's like super true to the point, but then it's like a really poor quality of like how the hair looks. I know that they updated the hairs. I don't know if you're wearing one of the newer versions of it, but I know that they did update like the basic versions of them that like don't have a beard. Then we have Miss Alley Cat over here. Very nice. Kind of looks like it could use a little more, but it's not terrible. Let's see here. Torchbearer, is he in his White Lantern? I know I saw him with his Green Lantern. Let's see him with his White Lantern. That's very nice. But I think maybe it's just the lighting, but I know that Kyle Rayner has two different colors. He's got kind of like a weird like silverish gray, and then he has like a white. I think they are doing that here, but it's very slight because of like the sun and the shading in this atmosphere with like Metro. It's kind of weird. Yeah, I could tell they tried to do two different colors. But alright. Yeah, that orbital looks really nice. I think they fixed... Did they fix the animation sound on that? Because I know for a while it wasn't working. Let me hear. Oh, it requires a target. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I can't even just press it to see it. So I actually like this. I like that they used the, I don't know, I just like the colors, and I like the chroma that they used on the chest style. I thought that was good. I think that was very nice. And then we have Scarlet over here. Alright, let's look at Fate. Okay, oh, this is Zentara. Father of Zatanna, and then we have, let me look at Scarlet. I got a sidetrack there. Nope, they are already gone. So look at Rage Cobra. Well, it doesn't look much like a Rage character, even though they do have the ring. Somebody was mentioning that they kind of wish that the White Lantern augment included like a White Lantern ring. I 100% agree, but I think it should be on like the other hand. I think it should be on the left hand, since you are, I mean the left hand. Yeah. On the left hand, just because you have power sets already, like the one, like my Rage power set, where you already have a ring on the one side. So I think they just need to do a ring on the other side if they're going to do an accessory or add to it. I think that's what they need to do. They need to do, so that, even if you're not a Lantern power, you're going to have that one ring, at least on the one side. And then if you are a Lantern power set, it's not going to clip or go over your current power set, So that'd be kind of cool. All right. So I think we've seen. Let me look at Spanish over here, because I think for the most part we've come pretty close to looking at all the interesting styles that have caught my eye in this phase. I think I'm going to go ahead and... Alright, we got one more time for Torchbearer, and then I'm going to drop to the next phase. Because I think they were trying to... I think they're trying to do the new version. So they came out with a new appearance for... I'm trying to think of his name. I'm just blanking over here. Kyle Rayner. So he has a new version, like a new style, and this is what they're trying to make. So they're trying to make his new version. I don't know if they're having too much luck, but it's a very unique style for Kyle Rayner. Who knows? It may end up in the game. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and drop down a phase. Next phase, phase 2. Oops, let's not get too close. Then we have the Grievance over here. You know what? I kind of like this. I'm not crazy about the pants. Not crazy about the hands either, but I think everything else was like pretty good. I really like the skin and head combo. That works really well. The mutant skin with the Bostonian Brant head. That's what I ended up using for like my Martian Manhunter. So yeah, it makes a really good pairing. And then you have Cheater over here. They've kind of got a style going on. Looks like a Majin Buu sort of style to it, but it's probably based on another character because the clothes doesn't look quite like his, but very nice nevertheless. And we have Sarah over here, if I can find him. Pizzini. Very nice. And then we have Burn Boy. Let's quickly look at him. So very patriotic style. I imagine they'll probably do something crazy for this coming July 4th. Since you know, since the company's based in the U.S. and we'll be celebrating our 250th anniversary of being the United States, I'm pretty hopeful that we end up getting something. I'm pretty sure we will. So, fingers crossed. It's very nice. I like the hair and beard combo. That works pretty good. Okie doke. So, let me look at this guy at the very end here, and then I think I'll go ahead and I'll queue up for some content here. No, that's not him. There we go. I actually like this. I think the shaded comic actually did this some justice. I actually like how the chroma, like not the chroma, the accessory shines with this. I actually like that, and I think that aura works better than it actually should. Yeah, I actually like that. I think that works very well with that, with like the Gray Lantern like appearance. I like that. Very nice. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can get out of combat. Battle tank. Nah, I'll stay as DPS. Let's do this. Winter seasonal. Start queue. Ready up. There we go. Hello, hello. Welcome, Scrolls. Welcome, Chosen. XD says may get back on when you start doing the Christmas seasonal. I'm gonna do that. Start doing that right now. Welcome, everyone. Let me knock my my flying ring off. All right, all right. Gonna track them and everything. Instant boom. Question, what material is on your back piece? It is the Arctic material. It's on the Absolute Amazon, oh, I didn't even know they started that. Alright. Very nice. Didn't do too bad. Not too bad. Very nice. With the way they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if we have ourselves another absolute universe time capsule. I wouldn't be surprised. It just reminded me that when I saw the Amazon one go ahead and go down. Let's warp to... let's go to Gotham City. I like it when it's dark. Chosen says, I'm wondering what power set I should switch to and what my mains tune should be switched to as well. Well, I figure it's probably best to kind of figure out what you want, basically. Maybe I already got it in my journal here. Yes, already got that. Yes, already got that. There we go. So I already do have it. It really depends on what power set you want to play as, and I think the name will kind of come along with it. But I feel like if you don't really know what power set you want, I think it's kind of hard to say what the name will be. Like, I kind of feel like you're putting the carriage before the horse. I would figure out what power set you want first, and then you kind of figure out the name off of that. Not really before. I don't really see that being a good thing, right? Oh, now I know what they mean by like the tracking. So they actually have like multiple arrows that go up on your mini map that'll literally show you where like everything is. Here, I thought they were just gonna add like little like Christmas tree icons or something. That's what I thought they were gonna do, so that it was kind of easier on your. But they're literally actually just having like guiding arrows on the mini map. But I'm really excited for the 2-tray update. So, because I would like to see like what extra shields and being able to kind of pop that stuff earlier will actually do. So I'm really excited for that. It's just waiting for it. I'm excited to see what we're gonna have for our anniversary for the game. I think that's gonna be pretty cool. So just excited to see, because this is our big, not only big for the United States because of our anniversary in July, but you've also got, the game is having its 15-year anniversary as, for being a game started in 2011. So that's also going to be a very big deal. So I just think in general, I think you're gonna have a bunch of people come back to see what happens. Let's do the orbital. These insults that you get from the civilians are exclusive to the villain side. You won't hear of them anywhere else. So Chosen says, I'm thinking on choosing ice, fire, and electricity power sets. I know electricity is strong. It's got a lot of spammable abilities. That may very well be good. If you're looking at like battle tanking, fire is going to be really good out of like the free power sets. Obviously, rage is really good as well. You just have to, kind of know the power set really well, and not mind the heartbeat. But some people kind of are kind of like unnerved by that. So they're kind of I don't know. They're kind of wary of that, so they don't really go in that direction. I have no problem with it. I've been playing it for years, so I've seen like I've seen rage do like really good numbers when it comes to battle tanking. So it's just knowing your power set and knowing it well. So I think that could be pretty sweet. But I think fire's very solid. I have a league mate that plays fire as a battle tank. So I haven't heard much from them currently or recently, but I did tell them about the news, and I think they are going to go ahead and take a look at the update. Because I did kind of highly recommend it. I'm like, hey, this is going to be really good. You know, you might want to check it out. Let's do some Omnibus. I'm going to do some Omnibus here and see what comes of it. We got the Terrarium raid. Alright. Let me just do my battle tank. I think I'll be alright with that. But yeah, I think it could be pretty sweet. Skib a hay. There we go. But I'm looking forward to the update and what I can do with it. I know a lot of people are already like brainstorming like builds that they're gonna make and all that. So I think everybody's just very anxious to get this like into the game. And I'm gonna definitely enjoy like the White Lantern. I'm gonna enjoy the White Lantern accessory, or not accessory, the augment. I'm definitely gonna enjoy that. Because you know, if you go into that solo, a lot of those abilities are really good. Like the one that you can spam, I would spam that as a DPS. That's probably what I'll end up doing because the AoE damage on it's really good. So you never know. Let's see how we're doing. So I'm first DPS. All right, I'm all for that. No, if you got electric down by your feet, they were hitting them. And we don't even have 2 tanks to do this. down. Yep. Alright. I don't want them waiting out here too long anyway, so... Alright. Can't do damage on them really anyway, so it doesn't matter. Blast, alright. Oh, that's right, the one person who went ahead and queued up, they didn't queue as, you know, they didn't go as healer. It's fine, I mean, I don't really need the healer, but I know the group kind of needs it. This probably wasn't the best one to queue up into. Ah, they went ahead and exploded. Alright. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go ahead and queue up another one, because, I don't think this is a good one to go into. XC says, I'm assuming you're going to do more raids after this one. Can you invite me? I'm going to get out of this one now. So yeah, sure, I'll invite you. Yeah, if anybody wants to invite, message me in game, and I'll invite you. Because, yeah. This isn't a good raid, because, I mean, it needs a lot of, like, group synergy for that raid, and, like, the healer wasn't healing, was there, like, he did do his taser thing, so, the tank does have to block that one, and I wasn't blocking that, so, but even then, it's like, if a healer had, like, Page, that would kind of help with that, so, yeah, it's just not a very good raid to run for that, just go ahead and message me in game. I'm gonna go ahead and do Omnibus again for the raids. But if it's a bad raid, Subjugator construction site. Yeah, I think this one's fine. Subjugator fight. I think this one's alright. I think that's fine. Yeah, the terrarium, I didn't think too much of it, and then you realize, because I was even thinking, I was like, if we get past this boss, which, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we did, it was like, then you're gonna have to, like, have those other two bosses where you have to have people turn the cogs, or everybody gets one shot. I'm like, I don't know, like, that sounds like that's a run that would take, like, forever, and I don't know, I'm not trying to take forever, to be honest. Yeah. But it's queued up and it's accepted, so there we go. Yeah. Yeah, the terrarium, I hadn't played it in a while, but I definitely didn't think that through. I was like, that's not gonna end up well. So, well, at least we got plenty of healers in this group. We got 2 healers, 2 trolls, 2 DPS. I think we'll be alright. go. Alright. Just toss these over. Alright. We got to interact with one of these, I think. There we go. Let's see where we are. Alright, we're second. I'm not too bad. I'm fine with that. Oh, they didn't turn the cog on this other one. Alright, boss fight time. Alright, yeah, not bad. Chosen says, I mainly mean in a day. I'm at a day 8 for the patrol event. Nice. Yeah, you're almost at the halfway point. What, because I think it's like 20 days or something like that? So... It looks like this fight is almost over. Yep, there we go. Yeah. Let's see how we're doing on boss damage. It's not bad. Second on boss damage, second on overall. As a tank, I'm not... That's pretty good. They said, why does this shaded comic reward have 0 rank next to it? Because I don't know why it has a 0 rank next to it. Because it's a material, it shouldn't have a rank. Yeah, there's a lot of hallway walking. Losing a lot of my Gemini. I just noticed that. Alright. So the thing that's swirling around me, and by the way, welcome to Chat Key. The thing that's swirling around me is this. It's the Mr. Freeze Frozen Heart ability. Using supercharged summons a snow aura around you that damages enemies caught inside. That's what it is. Yep. So, and I can pretty much spam Berserk if I'm not, of course, like losing my Gemini. But, yeah, I can spam that. As long as I have supercharge, I can do that. Drop my supply. Let's see where we are. Okay, still second. Welcome, Scrolls. Alright. So it looks like we're getting to the end of this one. Alright. Let's see how fast we can burn him out. I love it how both the orbitals and that went down at the same time. Oh, that was close. Yeah, he died pretty quick. Yeah, very nice. Okie doke, and look at that. Some people got the orbital feat, I guess, where nobody gets hit by an orbital. I believe that's what it was. The hell dot, or no, it was for the fire pits. That's what it was, fire pits. Because funny thing is, I guess the fire pits weren't up that often enough since we burnt him through those phases pretty quick. So there you go. Well, I think this is a good place to stop off. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. I hope you all have a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I don't know if I'm going to pop another video down by the time Christmas comes around. Probably not. But I'll probably try to have something for like the New Year's or maybe something early January. We will see. I'll just kind of take it as I go along, and then I'll see what kind of comes of that. I kind of just go off of what feels right and kind of work off that. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me on this Sunday evening. Go ahead and enjoy your Christmas or your Kwanzaa or your Hanukkah, whatever you celebrate. Go ahead and have yourself a good one. I'll see you all in the next one. Laters.